Welcome to Gypsy Felting. I'm Joyce. I'd like to talk about needle felting today and compare it to other fiber arts and to tell you why you want to take up needle felting for yourself. So one of the things I love about felting is that it's very old and very new at the same time. And what I mean by very old is that wet felting is about 8,000 years old. In many different cultures, it was used to create tents, to create rugs, to create shoes even. And this still goes on today. People still do these things in different countries all over the world. But it's also very new at the same time because in the 1980s, they discovered that these industrial strength felting needles could actually be used individually to make art, to actually sculpt and compress the wools in new and different ways. So it created a more whimsical form of it, and it's something that has become a little bit of a fad and definitely a hobby. So needle felting is compared to other fiber arts. I think one of the fiber arts we're all familiar with is knitting and crocheting. So it's one of those things that's its own little fad right now, and many people are doing it. And that's using yarn to create beautiful kind of knitted objects like this wonderful scarf or this hat. And we all know somebody who's doing it. And it's a lot of fun to do in and of itself. But what I'm doing when I'm needle felting is I'm taking yarn or wool at its more primitive state before it becomes yarn. So I'm using what is called roving a lot of times. And this is an example of what a roving could be. This is wool that's been carded, it's been cleaned, and all the fibers lie in one direction. And if I was to pull on the end of it and add a little bit of twist to this, you could see how this wants to become yarn. But what I do when I'm needle felting is I take this wool and I sculpt with it. And I am starting to make three-dimensional objects from this fluff. So I like to say that I go from fluff to stuff. And I bring in different colors and different textures, and I use these the way a painter uses a palette. One of the projects that you could make would be something like this little toadstool. And this is a really simple little object. You could also make something a little bit more complicated, like this wolf. So this wolf has a lot of different textures on him and a lot of different colors and details. So this would be like a more of an advanced project for a needle felter. And one of the things that draws me to needle felting is it's very forgiving and it's very limitless. It just takes a little bit of patience to get started. Anybody can do this. You can make your own toys. You can make your own little art projects. It just takes a little bit of planning. It takes a little bit of patience, and it takes a little bit of visualization. So one of the things my students made recently was this little wizard gnome. All kinds of cute little details on him. Needle felting is only limited by your imagination. So whatever you can dream up, you can create. So thanks for watching our felting videos. And if needle felting is something that you're interested in and want to learn more about, then please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We look forward to bringing you more adventures in needle felting.